Today, I'm going to be talking about how we're going to pop the bubble. The bubble is what forms whenever there is overvalued businesses in a market. And this happens when venture capital is investing into a market with not enough actual innovation created in there. The amount of money in the market is greater than the amount of actual value created, and so eventually this thing comes to a big halt once the money dries up. The real interesting thing about this is thinking about how we can switch that. If we can get money to become better at entering the market, then what we can do is have the money create more value than how much money is in that market. And then obviously in the world, more money would find its ways into these cracks in order to balance that out. This is something that will never fail, is when there's more value than there is money. Money will simply find its way into that market. And so I call this popping the bubble. And really it's taking an innovative look at how money transforms into innovation, understanding where that's currently going wrong in the venture capital market, and providing a new solution. And so the current methodology, as we can see over the past 10 years in the venture capital market, is just to make seed rounds bigger, to make the Series A bigger. And so it's providing more companies at the same stage with double or triple the amount of money. And this simply isn't working. For any new innovative space, there's tons of money that enters it, and there's just simply a lack of really good pieces of tech and software created. There's a lack of that hunger. There's not enough founders for all of the capital that's coming into these markets. And so looking at that from an outside view, and myself being a serial entrepreneur who had a very difficult time getting into the business, I see a massive, massive opening. And there are people writing about this, such as Michael Gibson, Paper Belt on Fire, about this current downfall of our standard institutional model. You see, an institution is something that it's a rite of passage that's supposed to basically take you and mold you into a value-creating machine. And what's gone wrong with that is elevated pricing on the actual capability to get that, and a decrease in the actual amount of end value of having that degree. No longer is having a degree necessary for a lot of startups because they understand it's not the best signal. And what's further than that is if you think about the goal of an institution who is teaching you to be a value creator, if they are taking 4 years of your life and giving you work to do, if they are truly, truly good at helping you to create value, not only should it be free because they are able to derive value simply from the homework that you do as you're learning, but they should be able to pay you if they're really helping you become a big value generator. It is definitely one of my core beliefs that any person who goes after the right path and spends the same amount of effort, time, and money as they do towards standard schooling will be hyper successful. And the biggest problem with this is normally a lack of self-discipline. A system is super, super helpful to get stuff done. And second, it seems just difficult to risk. It seems like a risk, whereas culturally, going to college seems like the safe route. The funny thing is that, on average, it's the opposite. Your expected value of going after the route of building that startup is where the real millionaires and billionaires get made.